Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am.
Thank you for sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. Manversation. Today we're talking about makeup, plastic surgery. When is it enough? When is it too much? Do you really even need it? The makeup industry in America is a $55 billion a year industry. Yes, billion with a B. $55 billion industry in America with makeup and plastic surgery. There are over 4 million procedures that are done every year in America, whether it is Botox or some kind of enhancement of plastic surgery. And so, men, we're talking about makeup. Historically, the sale of cosmetics or the manufacture of cosmetics goes back 6,000 years in human history. And you look at it every day, women wear makeup. Every day, women try to enhance themselves. Before we went to the break earlier, we saw this clip. This black woman who wanted to look European. She did a good job of looking European. So I can ask you all men, continuing our topic, makeup. What are your general views about makeup? Just generally what you think about makeup.
I think it is an unnecessary thing.
But before you go there, it's interesting with the statistics you said. You said $55 billion industry, and we have how many people on this earth?
7 billion, roughly.
7 billion. So if we equate that, you're trying to tell me just about everybody on this earth spend over $1 billion in makeup?
No.
It's $1 billion per person?
A same small percentage who do the 4 million every day.
It's them.
Wow. That's interesting.
That's very interesting. But I mean, like generally, what you believe of?
And I even beg to differ with that word, enhancement. They actually do, especially with the plastic surgery, is augmentation, and some of it is necessary because if you were to have an accident, God forbid, and you had some facial injuries, you would need plastic surgery to correct some of the damage that was done to your face. Some of it is necessary, but when they do it for that word that you say enhance, it's not necessary.
Well, you know, if you look at history records people using makeup as far back as what they call the Stone Age. Over 100,000 years. Yeah, these scientists like throw around these numbers, 100,000 years. Like we really know how old it is. But anyway, I digress.
Since man entered onto the scene.
Yeah, over 100,000 years, it says that makeup, some form of makeup or facial painting happened. I want to ask you, I ask you your general views on makeup, but I want to ask you from a African point of view, and then we look at makeup from a European point of view. I mean, you know, there obviously was a difference because when people went into war, they would wear makeup, they would wear ceremonial makeup, and then even when they was courting, when the women doing their courtship, they put makeup to enhance, to attract the guy. But I ever see certain animals, certain birds with pretty feathers, when it's time for mating, the man would the puppy, pretty feathers.
They don't put that, no, they just display what they have.
Yeah.
That's why I want to get to that. I bring it up for that point. I bring it up for that point.
Yeah.
So, and you was talking about how long makeup is running around. But if you notice, if you go to paint your face in the way the Africans used to do it, it's taboo. We call it taboo because we say it's some sort of pagan worship. Okay, but when we come over to the European style, all of a sudden,
it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Enhancement.
You understand? So I'm trying to figure out why all of a sudden, because Scripture speaks about makeup, and it definitely speaks against it. Okay, so why all of a sudden, Scripture come when it's first written, because the Africans wear it, it was fine. But you go to church today and you wear it, and the pastor say it's good. You don't have to worry about that Scripture. That Scripture is written to, I guess, the Africans. What is the deal with all that?
but I mean, I think when you look at women in makeup, some women feel more confident when they put on makeup.
But who they trying to attract, though?
I mean, people have.
So after the makeup is gone, when they wash it off, the self-esteem is gone too, down the drain?
No, well, they're in their element. They're home. They don't have to have the looking eyes of the public on them. So they don't have to feel self-conscious.
They're hiding behind the makeup.
I mean, you could explore that part.
Yeah, I think they're hiding.
Makeup is hiding.
Yeah, because you put it on, you're something else. That's not
You're
you.
not. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing what you said. But I must ask this question then. What about the married women wearing heavy makeup? Who they wearing it for? If when they go home, their husband know them without makeup, who they wear it for when they come out? Who are they trying to attract? Who they looking pretty for?
Okay, but I'm saying is there are some people who are self-esteem maybe have self-esteem issues. They may be self-conscious about some blemish on their face.
So why aren't they the same way at home with their husband?
Because they can let their guard down. Your wife can let your guard down around you. If a woman have a big belly, right? She put on her whatever your girdle when she go out in the public. When she come home, she can and let her belly flop out because honey understand that honey like that belly. Just the same way with her face. If she has what she feels like she's she has a blemish, she don't feel she might feel self-conscious when she's in the public. So she puts on makeup so that she could have this confidence. And then when she get home, she can let her guard down because honey, you ain't concerned about that.
Most of the women don't have these so-called blemishes that they feel they got to cover their face with. So as a husband, I go out and I court my wife. And courting my wife, she has this makeup, so she's someone else. What's the deal when I marry this woman now and all of a sudden she decides to take off this next face? What am I to do?
Well, we talking about makeup and plastic surgery, and then Frankie talk about what if she takes on next face. So can makeup be deceptive?
Very much so.
Is it possible for makeup to deceive?
If you want to hide from the law, what do? You
put on a disguise.
So you consider makeup a form of disguise?
That's exactly what it is.
But like I said, you're not consider. I think y'all ain't considering this from the point of view of the person that is putting on the makeup. Some people have self-esteem issues, and if makeup is going to allow them to uplift their self-esteem, what's wrong with that?
I think that person have plenty issues then. If it's going to take makeup,
that because your home and your self-esteem issues doesn't surface. It only surfaces when you go out.
Yeah, but that's what self-esteem is, though. That's what happens. People self-esteem issues are perpetuated when you feel
it manifests itself when you're around strangers then.
Yes, mostly. But that's what happens with people. See, you can't understand it because you're confident, you're self-confident. Okay. That's why you can't understand
let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this, okay? If you can take it from that rule, why is it now, right? Before, right now, the black people trying to look like European people. And the European people finally decided, boy, these African people are beautiful people. I like their lips, I like their nose, and all of a sudden, I'm going to pay a pile of money to get my lips big and get my nose spread out.
That's true.
How do you put this self-issue inside of it? I mean, all of a sudden, the black want to be European, the European want to be black. What's this all about?
No, but that was actually going to be my next question, so I'm glad you brought up. I was going to talk about makeup and culture, and I was going to talk about, how we look culturally, because like you say, Frankie, you look at plastic surgery, because we're talking about makeup and plastic surgery. Look at plastic surgery, a lot of plastic surgery for Caucasians is to try to enhance their lips with Botox and their...
booty.
Yeah, well, yes, that's right. You have butt implants and all that. And so I think it is from a standpoint of, it has to come from like Alan says, we don't love ourselves. And because we don't love ourselves, we look at our next thing as beautiful. And that's the reason why, I always say this, you look at a beauty pageant in the Turks and Caicos, in the Caribbean, every single person at the beauty pageant, they have on weave, fake hair. If one girl go up there with puff and her natural hair, you know what people say? What happened to her? She ain't already.
See, because it ain't about the beauty pageant.
No,
it is about the fashion industry.
Yeah, it's very good.
They selling products.
Yeah, so it's about this look that people say supposed to have.
And some of them, I guess I can. This is I'm straying, but some of them put on underwear, go on stage, strut around, and don't want to do it outdoors. That's a self-esteem issue.
Makeup and plastic surgery. Yeah. I ain't going there with you today, Alan. I ain't going with you.
But in the public.
Question, right? When you talk about this makeup being deceptive, and we talk about plastic surgery.
It is
No, with plastic surgery, you have they have a lot of ways of actually doing you can't really do a sex change. You can change sexual organs and all that. So you meet this girl, whatever they call themselves. They had a sex change because of plastic surgery. Should they tell you? They obligated to tell the next person?
Yes. Better.
I mean,
it would be war if you find out another way. So it's best you come up front.
So it's best you come up.
Say, look, I'm not who I seem to be.
But I mean, if they get all the tools, they get all the equipment.
I am not who I seem to be. I wasn't born in this manner.
Well, that's why.
I think you owe it to that person.
You owe it to that person. But I believe, that's why plastic surgery to me is a very dangerous thing, because people do get sex changes through plastic surgery. Yes. They change there was this story on the internet. A lot of things on the internet you don't know is true. But about this guy in China, where he married this woman. He thought she was beautiful. and they had children, and the children was ugly. And so he went and do some checking in the background, and he looked, his wife was ugly. She was born ugly. And he swore. He swore and he won.
He had rights to.
Because he's saying,
He
married her because he thought they would have had she was a beautiful woman. He thought they would have had beautiful children.
I have a problem with the word ugly, because like we said earlier, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You can't call something ugly. How do you know it's ugly?
Well, no, it's the eye of the beholder, so the beholder have the right to have their perspective. But gentlemen, when we talk about makeup, let me ask you all from a man's point of view. Is makeup really necessary? Do men really care about that?
Some do.
I talking, some men do.
Yeah. Personally, I don't.
So if you're a woman, wear it or not.
Don't men.
So what about those men who wear makeup on a regular basis? But first, I want you to answer me though. Wow. Do men really care about that? Are women really dealing with this makeup issue too much in their own head, and men don't really?
Well, the men that wear the makeup have identity issues.
You think they?
Yeah. No, well, it may not be that. They just not sure who they are. It may not be that.
No.
No.
Well,
it could be a mental thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that's a mental thing too,
No, that's. I wouldn't say so.
I don't know, Frankie.
I have to agree with you, man. if I'm going to be putting no makeup on, or have a blemish on my face, or my face is a different color, I need to put everything in perspective. I'm a sissy.
No, but Frankie.
And guess what? Not only am I a sissy, but I start doing it so much, you can find out deep within me, I like man.
I don't know. My thing is this. My thing is that for a man to say he can put on makeup, it's a serious thing. Why I say that's serious? Because one of the things that I think that we just talk about a lot, like if you go in churches, I bring up the churches. If you go in churches, you have a lot of men who might not be gay, but they are feminine, and you have to look at them. You have to say, I wonder if that dude. You never should have to wonder like that about a man. And if this dude can start putting on makeup, you have to wonder. You have to say, what if this dude?
What's the deal?
Again, I say, he's battling. He got identity. But I see. How we call a person who is gay. We'll say, okay. We look at it. A person who is gay, we'd say, oh, he sleeps with another man, or he has affection for the same sex. We don't know that. A person with a man with feminine tendencies. Maybe he just has feminine tendencies.
Oh, yeah,
so there's a war going on inside of him.
He got a war going on inside him.
That's all I'm saying.
But when he started putting on makeup, there's something losing.
But I have to throw this question out to you. I mean, who is he putting on the makeup for? Who is he trying to attract?
That is the question. Again, I say, most of what we do is learned behavior as human beings. Most of what we do. It is argued that some of us are predisposed.
Well, listen, I ain't even getting into that. I sticking with makeup.
Yeah, but then we talk about wearing it and wanting to wear it and who we're wearing it for.
Yeah,
some of us. This is from the man's point of view now. A fella, some cases, a child grew up in a home with his mom. He only sees mom put on pantyhose, bra, That's all he sees. He's never seen a man do these normal stuff. So then a boy will probably grow up and want to be doing these same things because he thinks it's normal for him to do. You understand
but
what I'm saying?
the world changing, Frankie. and Alan, the world has changed.
No, we ain't
Things-
talking about acceptance.
No, I'm
but
saying
here's the thing.
things that once was taboo. It's cool now.
The world is changing.
Yeah, but I mean, if a guy says, you know,
Because
what,
they're still trying to sell a few of us on the idea of, you know, let me be what I want to be. We still in the army, you know. You can be all that you can be.
but I mean, people makeup. People look at makeup. It's a form of enhancing. If a guy says, you know what, I go on out.
How would
on
you
a
know
date,
that putting it on is an enhancement? Someone had to tell you that.
Oh, you just look and see
Because
it.
back there when Kunde Kinde them was putting on that thing, that was for either war or what? Courtship?
Or either that it was religiously based.
Some
It's part of
type of
religious
marketing
ceremony.
going on, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, we've been sold on the idea that, hey, you ain't look good enough, so put this on and this can make you pretty.
So you all believe that makeup affects somebody's self-image? Does makeup enhance your self-image?
I think you have a problem if you believe that you have to put on makeup. I
To make
honestly
yourself
think-
beautiful.
So
you
okay,
have a problem.
and wrapping up, we're gonna wrap it up. I can ask you, Alan. Makeup. When it comes to makeup, the question really today for the day is when is it too much?
It is too much when you go to the store and purchase it.
Frankie, when is it too much?
I believe that makeup is really too much when it changes you, when you're not who you are anymore.
When it distorts you.
It's a distorting factor. Not only that, a lot of people don't realize the medical complications that makeup cause. You find yourself being sick and having skin cancer and skin this, check it out, see what you're putting on.
I don't see it as a necessity, honestly.
Well, you know, we're gonna take a break, another break, and we're gonna be right back. And we're gonna wrap it up, bring it home, end this one. We talking about makeup and plastic surgery. Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Well, you
More
can tell
Manversation.
everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man.